Now, who are the top damage dealers in Honkai Star Rail right now? Is Scylla currently still ranked number 1 based on the CBT testing? Is Dunheng viable for new players? How strong is he in the rankings for damage dealers? So let's find out in this video. Hey, what is up guys, GuitarRock here, welcome back to another Honkai Star Rail video. The game is extremely close to release right now. If you guys are not aware, we have less than a couple of hours, but I figured let's talk about a bit of DPS calculations, or rather DPS chart. I found this particularly interesting. For those of you who are not aware, Honkai Star Rail, you need to take two things into consideration. Number one is the single target. Some characters are going to do very strong single target attack, and this is going to be very good against bosses, right? Against bosses, you notice like some characters are going to perform exceptionally well compared to others. And then there's those that you fight against mobs. Now this one, the multi-hit or the AoE target characters are going to be better overall. Now obviously both of them will have their pros and cons, right, depending on what you're trying to do. Now again, big shout out to brightone.gg for this article. Apparently they collaborated with a YouTuber called Grimro. I'll leave the link to this article in the description below, but very useful, important info to take note of. You can see right here the DPS rankings are based on information from the final beta. Alright, so take it with a grain of salt. I just want to mention here in advance that some of these things, you know, some characters might get nerfed or buffed depending on the official release. So definitely subject to change on release. The simulation showcases characters' damage potential in the 7 cycle turn limit of Forgotten Hall. If you guys are not aware, Forgotten Hall is the equivalent of a Spiral Abyss in Genshin, and there's a turn limit of 7 cycle. So let's have a look at a couple of things. Number one, single target for the time being. This is going to be based upon Eidolon 0, so that means E0, so none of the characters has any like or duplicates to them to improve the damage overall. So you can see Scylla actually is the top damage dealer right here. Alright, so Scylla is going to be the first character rate up banner. If you guys are not aware, they have already announced this, and apparently she's going to be a top damage dealer. No surprise there. Alright, she's really strong. Definitely if you are looking to pull for a single target, yes, I would highly recommend looking at Scylla for sure. If you actually do get her, she's going to be one of the best damage dealers you can have. Alright, so there's just no one that can surpass her early on right now. Obviously, power creep might be inevitable. That might be a thing that can happen in the future, but for now, for the top DPS queen. Now, moving on to the next one, you can see Yanqing right here. So Yanqing is going to be a little bit more unique. She is going to be, he is going to be a character that you can obtain from the standard pool, right? So Yanqing is a 5-star ice element, and you can see generally for single target damage, again, quite close, neck in neck with Scylla in particular right here. Now, Su Xiang is going to be something that's very interesting. I definitely vouch for her, but she is going to be a physical type. Now, here's the thing. Because she's a physical 4-star, she's going to compete directly with the Trailblazer that you have, right? So that way, if you are building Trailblazer, which I think a lot of players would, she's going to compete directly with him, and obviously she's not going to be someone that you will be able to pour resources into. You ideally don't want to build multiple same elements. Alright, that's something to keep in mind. Now Jingyuan is also going to be pretty strong right there. 5-star lightning element. Jingyuan is going to be the next character banner. If you are following the CBT, that is. Scylla is going to be the first one, and Jingyuan is going to be the second one. As you can see, Hook is right here as well, doing 300,000, top 5. So literally, I mean top 6. I'm very proud of Hook. Definitely, I will try to reroll for her. I do think that she is the strongest single target fire type damage dealer right now. For sure, if you are looking for just a pure damage dealer for fire type, highly recommend Hook for sure. Dunheng, I believe most players are going to have, you know, a team that consists of Dunheng. Dunheng is really strong. Alright, he's gonna be like almost the equivalent of Kea in Genshin Impact, except that he's a wind element, and he will be able to do a lot of single target damage. He's not too bad for a free character. Definitely it's going to be easy to get his Eidolon up eventually. And then moving on, you can see Arlen right here. We have Bronya, Welt, Sempo, Himeko, Serval. Alright, I want you guys to take note of Serval right here. Trailblazer physical, and last but not least, Herta. Okay, if you scroll down even further, now you can notice Clara is right here. Now she's in a special section. Now Clara is missing compared to a lot of other DPS rankings. You can see she actually does 1 million damage, way more than everyone else. The truth is, she's a bit more complex, alright? So her damage output depends on how many times she gets hit in a turn. So Clara is built upon a counter attack kind of role. So basically Svarog will mark enemies who attack Clara with mark of counter and retaliate with a counter. So this will always deal physical damage. So counter attack is how Clara is built upon. Of course she's going to do a lot of damage if she's the only character on the field, if she's going to constantly be attacked all the time. But the truth is, I feel like in a general scenario that's most likely not going to happen. You have 4 characters and sometimes the enemy will randomly attack unless you have Taunt all the time, right? But you can see they did the testing right here. Clara in AoE scenario against 3 enemies, she gets hit by all of them every turn. So this is going to be something that's ridiculous. And same goes for Qingque. Qingque is going to be a little bit unique as well. She has an ability that based on her ability, she has this RNG stuff. She will have to draw this tile based upon the Jade tile, and then depending on what she gets, it will improve her attack throughout. She's going to be a little bit more complicated as well. But with that being said, let's look at the AoE then. Remember I said focus on serval right here. Single target damage she's going to do very little. But if you scroll up, you can change this to AoE, and now you can notice a little bit different right here. Jingyuan apparently is going to be very good in AoE targets. Alright, followed by Serval right here. Suddenly, these are the multi-hit characters, the one that does area damage. Very strong. Serval, if you guys are not aware, is the free character that you'll be able to obtain for pre-registering. So something that to keep in mind, right? Himeko right here for AoE as well. Sempo, suddenly in the high ranks. Trailblazer for physical, also very strong. In the top 5, top 6. Scylla is right here for AoE. Scylla does have a little bit of AoE built into her, so basically if she kills an enemy, she's able to move again. So something to take note of. Yanqing, Sushang, Hook, Herta, Arlan, well, Danheng and Bronya. Sadly, yes, Danheng and Bronya is not that good apparently when it comes to 3 targets, so something to take note of. So overall, you can see you want to have 2 different sets of DPS characters, ideally, so 1 for single target and 1 for AoE. But that's going to be really tough because you can see the strongest AoE character is Jingyuan, which is going to be the second character read up later on, while Scylla is going to be the first. Now, who should you pull? That's going to be a bit more complicated. Maybe I'll cover that in the next video. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. Give this video a like and let me know what you guys think of these characters. Who are you guys excited or aiming to pull for? I'll see you guys in the next video or on tomorrow's Honkai Star Rail live stream. Make sure you guys tune in. I'll be doing the watch party and I'll be playing the game once it goes live. So I'll have my Twitch stream link right there if you guys want to tune into that. But yeah, have a nice day. Goodbye.